over sending a video email to, this is more focused on leads that you get from your Facebook leads or any kind of leads that you're receiving from, whether it's Zillow or anyone, essentially. This would be good for, especially with the type of leads that you're not getting, if you're not getting in-person referrals, that kind of stuff. I feel it's important that if you're not just saying, reaching out to them is one thing, but you're putting your face to your name, you're a legitimate person, you're not, you know, a robot, you know, so it just makes it more personable, but it's still COVID friendly. It's still tech savvy and all of that. So, and it doesn't take a lot to do this. So I am going to go ahead and get started. Share screen. Some things you need to be aware of is you will need a YouTube account if you don't have one to upload your videos. It is free. It is super easy to set up. You just go to YouTube. It'll run through your Gmail. So there's no cost to upload there, and you can keep the videos completely private so that everyone on the YouTube world can't find them, and it's only going to your leads with the link that you're providing them. That, and then you're going to need an image to put in the video. So in the command campaigns, which I'll show you a little more in depth, it is actually like a picture hyperlink. So what that means is when they click on that picture, it's actually going to take them to YouTube to watch that video. It doesn't play right in the email, which is okay. It's a lot better than just a plain ugly link. So it's the middle, I would say. So you'll need an image to add as the thumbnail of that video so that the box is not gray and it doesn't look broken. So you'll need YouTube, you'll need the image, and then obviously you're going to need to record your video. I made a dummy video just for the purpose of this. You can record it right on your phone, email it to yourself to get it on your computer, or if you want to upload it to YouTube right from your phone, you can do that too. It's just as easy as doing it on the computer. It would be one less step. So you're just going to record your video, upload it to YouTube, and then we can start rolling. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you all those steps of how to do that. So I've already recorded my video. I've already created my image, which your image doesn't have to be fancy. It could be your business card if you had one. It could just be your headshot with some text in it. You could find something in designs that you like that you could put on there. Whatever works. It doesn't have to be anything crazy because they're just clicking on it to go to watch the video. So I'm in YouTube. I have already created my account. So I'm going to click on this little video recorder and it just says create. I'm going to click upload video. And then, so this is the upload video box. So you're just going to click select files and it's going to open up your files. Here's my lovely video. I'm just going to open it, and yes, I use the Snapchat filter because this is just a hot mess today. So it can be whatever. I'll just put new lead welcome video. They will be able to see this, so just make sure it is something appropriate. Just a side note. So you'll just title it. You can put your description in here if you want. You don't have to. Don't worry about this thumbnail. If you want to take it a step further and put a thumbnail in here, you can, but this is not where we will be putting the thumbnail for the email. So up to you if you want to put anything there. You can choose any lovely picture stills from the video. And then, is it made for kids? Yes or no? It will make you answer this. I always put no. It's not that it's not. If a kid saw it, it wouldn't be appropriate, but that's how it filters from regular YouTube to YouTube to kids. So I just always say no and then hit next. You can skip the video elements portion if you want to get fancy and add cards and add extra stuff. You can. I never do. I just skip over this. I just hit next. And then visibility is the last one. So do you want this private, unlisted, or public? So private would mean only you and the people you choose can watch it. Unlisted is only people with the video link can watch it. And then public is anyone and everyone that has access to YouTube would be able to watch it. So I'm going to do unlisted because I only want people with a link to watch it. And then that's all you need to do. You just hit save. And you can copy the link from here if you want to, but I'm just going to close it because sometimes it'll take a minute to upload. If it does, it'll show up here as like pending or loading. But since it's got the eyeball, it's unlisted, we know we're ready to go. So if we're from here, I'm just going to click on these 3 dots and then get shareable link. And it's just going to copy it. So it's already copied for me. So I don't have to do anything else. So you've got your video, you have uploaded it. So now we're going to go to command. Was there any questions on YouTube before I switch over to command? Okay, it is free, so you don't ever have to worry about paying for anything. I've had people ask me if you need BombBomb in order to do this. I think that's a paid service. I'm not 100%, but you don't have to. This is perfectly fine. It's free, so we'll take it, and it's easy. So YouTube, we've copied our link. So I'm going to go to command. There are technically 2 ways that you could create this video email. You could either do it in campaigns under email campaigns, or you can do it in designs. Today I'm going to do it in designs just because it'll be a little bit easier functionality wise for me to create it in designs and then go to email campaigns and just choose that that template. So I'm going to click on, yeah.
If you're on a team, like I feel like I was sending out emails to my sphere, but once we combine to the team platform, like I can't now go in and do this. Is this like a different way that I could send the email? Like the only way we can do it is if I create it in Karen's account,
right?
And do it that way.
Yeah, for teams right now, this is going to be a little difficult just because you can't really create those contact lists. The workaround for this is just to create it in a smart plan. So you can still create these templates and designs and then add them to the smart plan. So that would work for teams to do it in a smart plan. And it's just can be just a one-touch this email. It doesn't, like, you don't have to build it out anything crazy. So
okay, so I can still go into designs, create a email in there, and then just do a smart plan.
Yeah. Okay, and I can show you how to do that too.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I know they are working. I promise. I know you've heard that forever. They are working on designs and campaigns for team. With a little bit of shift, we are working on stability. That's the main focus right now. If you watch the vision speech, you heard Gary say they're doing a 66-day challenge themselves. And I got to hear from like one of the top like engineers for the tech department yesterday, and they are like, we hear you, we see you, it's gonna get better. So just know that stability is coming, and I've seen improvements already, so that's awesome. But all right, so we're gonna go into designs. So I'm gonna just click on designs here. I'm in command, just was from my home screen. You're gonna go to that applet and then just click on the little plus sign right here in the bottom right corner. And you're going to choose email and click next. And they have added a lot of templates lately. The template I'm going to use is the Work With Me buyer template, which is like one of the first ones they made. So it's all the way at the bottom. So don't mind my quick scrolling. So this is the one I'm going to use, Work With Me buyer. The reason I chose this one is because it has a lot of good information in it that promotes Keller Williams, you as an agent, so on and so forth. It's already in there, so we have to do very little work to tweak this. So I'm just going to click on it, and then I'm going to hit next. And then you will come into your editing portion. So just to give you an overview of what it looks like right now. I like to always look at the preview. So this is what it looks like right now without editing anything. So you have your header up here, has your logo or your Market Center logo. It's got your contact info, your headshot. This is the photo that will pull from command. Mine's just a KW, so that's why it looks like that. And then this is the information that's already in there. You know, largest network, latest technology, love of real estate. There is a button to let's work together. There's a download my app button. So I don't have a team logo. That's why that looks like that. You don't have to be on a team to put a team logo in there. If you have your own logo for your own business, you can absolutely put that in there as well. That's in the marketing profile. So this is what it looks like now. What I'm going to do is get rid of this picture and then put the video there. So let's close out of this and I will show you how to do that. So first thing first, I'm actually going to tweak this text up here. I want to put the client's name up here to make it look a little more personable. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hit enter, which will create a second line. And then I'm going to go over here. These are merge fields, just like the smart plans. So you can put, what that does is it automatically pulls that information for this. And so what I'm going to change it to is contact name, contact first name. And then I'm going to do, oops, a comma. And I want all of this to be centered. So I highlighted it all and I'm clicking the center. That's just alignment for your text. I'm a centered, everything else is centered. So I like it to look uniform. That's just my preference. So that's what, and don't be taken aback by the way it looks over here, because the way it looks over here is not the way it's going to look over here. So sometimes you'll have to play with it just to see what you like best. But just so you know, obviously this looks a lot smaller and not as nice as this. So just be mindful of that. So I've centered it. I've put the contact first name merge field tag in there. What that does is, so when I send it out to my database or my list of people I chose, it'll have Susie's name. It'll say Joe. It'll say James. It'll say John, you know, so it's going to put their name in there to make it look more personable. So once I've got my text the way I want it to be, I'm just going to click done. Make sure you hit done and not save. It doesn't save this edit. You have to hit done in order to make it save. So I'm going to click done. And it's going to look like this just because you're not in that setting to see the name, but it will put the name in there. So this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to move down here to the image. I'm going to click on this image and I'm going to delete it because I don't want it. I'm going to come over here. Here's all the content blocks you can add. I'm going to click on the video. I'm going to click and hold it. So you have to click and hold it and drag it into the area you want it. So I'm going to click on video and drag it over here. Now you'll see this green bar go crazy everywhere. The green bar is telling you where in the box or where in the template that this video is going to go. So I found it right here in the middle. So I'm just going to let go of my mouse. So I clicked and held and drag it. And when I found where I wanted it, I let go of the mouse and that's where it sits. So this is what it looks like if you don't put an image in it. So make sure you have that thumbnail. So to add the thumbnail in the link, I'm going to click on the video box just once. And I'm going to click on the pencil and that's to edit it. And that is what it looks like for every single little box that's on here if you ever need to edit anything else. So I'm going to click on that. So up here, the video URL, that is what we copied from YouTube. If you want, you can go over here and come back and get it again. So again, I just clicked on the options button, get shareable link, and it automatically copies it for me. I'm going to go back to command into video URL. You can either right click and hit paste, or you can hit Control V on your keyboard. I couldn't think of what it was called. And then right down here is your thumbnail. So I'm going to click replace and I'm going to go to, so if you have images saved in your, in command and designs, they'll show up here. If you wanted to pull a listing image for whatever reason, for other than this, you can. And then if you click add images, you're going to go to, it's going to open your computer. So I made this image, I made it in Canva. It was super fast. I just changed the word and added my headshot. So very little work if you like to use Canva, or you can go to designs and find something quickly as well. So I uploaded it. You have to click on it first down here and then then click replace. So it shows up over here. Mind you, when you're editing in this, it's not going to show up in here until you say done. So if you're like, whoa, what's going on? This isn't showing up. Make sure you hit done first before. So the alternative text is a short description that displays when subscribers cannot access an image. So this would just be a good backup if you want to, for some reason, if the image was broken. So I'm going to click done. So this is what my video is going to look like now. That looks a lot better than a gray screen. So I'm actually going to add some more text because you want to have a call to action. As silly as this sounds, I'm sure we've all learned you have to tell people what to do. If they're left to figure out what to do, they're either too lazy to figure out or can't figure it out or don't want to take the time to figure it out. So just to do that, I'm going to take this text over here. I'm going to add another text right below that. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click the pencil. I'm going to write click on the video below to meet me. Simple. Again, I'm going to center it just because that's the way I roll. You can change the color of the font if you want to. I'm going to make it all red just so it kind of stands out. You can change the size if you want. You can change, there are a few font options, but this is good for me. I'm going to click done and there it is. So now I'm going to scroll down. I like all of this verbiage, so I'm not going to change anything. For my Let's Work Together button, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click Edit, and I'm going to link this to my website. So we're going to, over here is link to, there's a few options. You can create a landing page, you can use a merge tag, or you can do a web address. So I'm going to choose a web address because I'm going to take it to my website. So if they click on Let's Work Together, I'm going to take it to the Contact Us or the About Me section of my website. So I've gone ahead, I've already pulled up my website. This is my KW website. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to do the Contact Us. So make it as easy as possible for them to contact you or do what you want them to do, because the more work they have to do, the less likely they are to do it. So even if they don't click on that button, that's fine. They can reply straight to that email. But if they do, you want it to go somewhere. You don't want it to look broken. And you, again, want it to make it as simple as possible. So I found the portion of the website of my website that I want them to go to. And I'm going to copy this. I just clicked on it once and I'm going to hit Control-C on my keyboard, or you can right click and click copy. And then I'm going to go back to command. I'm going to type it and then I'm going to paste it in the web address box. So there it is now. You can change the color of the button. You can change the shape if you want it square or rounded edges. You can make it bigger. You can position it. All of that is there, fully customizable. You can change what it says in there, but I like it the way it is. So I'm just going to hit done. So that's in there now. And then again, download my app. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to put my app link in here. So again, we're going to go link to web address because the URL web address code we have in command that you give your clients is technically a URL or a web address. So I'm going to go into command twice. I'm going to go in over here just so I can get that. To find that, you're going to go to the consumer applet, which is this bottom one here. You're going to go site and app settings. And then you're going to click on URLs. right down here, this is your app URL or your app web address. So I'm going to click copy. Then I'm going to go back to where I'm editing, click on web address, right click, hit paste, and there it is. Hit done. I'm good with the shape, size, location, everything. All right, so I've got everything in here now that I want. So I'm going to go up to options. If you want to do a quick save just to be safe, I don't know if this, I'm going to have to put my fake license in here because I've noticed now that it will not let you save it if you don't have a license number in there. So, and all of this information down at the bottom should pull from your marketing profile. So you don't need to enter any of that information. But because I don't have a license number in my marketing profile, it like throws crazy stuff and doesn't let me do anything. So all of this stuff will be there. So I've got everything in here. I'm gonna click options and I'm gonna click preview. So this is what the email will look like once you send it to your clients. So so-and-so, if you're looking to buy, I'll be your guide. Click on the video below to meet me, which I don't know if you really need the comma, but whatever. So that's there. You're not going to be able to click on anything yet. So we like the verbiage, looks good. Everything's there. Again, I don't have my website in there. That's why it says that. Yeah, so everything looks good. You can switch. This is computer view. This would be a tablet or iPad view. And then this would be the mobile version. So if you want to go through just to make sure you like the way it looks every single way. Now I'm going to close it. I am going to, I'm going to go ahead and send myself a test email. I highly recommend you do this before you create a campaign and send it out. That way you know what it looks like. Just because it looks like this on command, which it should look like that in email, but I always recommend that you do it. Sometimes you don't catch things at first, so always send yourself a test email and you can put in whatever email you want. I'm just going to use my KW one, and then I'm going to click save and exit. Delete merge tags with result failed email campaign. What merge tag failed? I wonder if my I don't know. Does anyone know how long the license number is? I don't think they. I wonder if I can delete it. We'll see. It's not going to let me save it. That's okay. We don't need it anyways. I've got one in there. Okay. So we'll pretend that that let me save it, even though it didn't. It will show up in here once it reloads. There it is. Okay, it did save. So it's right here in designs now. Those are your templates. These are all things that you've created. So it's right there. So we know we're good. So now, hold on, we got a chat. Yeah, I'm going to post this video on both YouTube at Excel and at Cat Partners. So you'll be able to watch it there if you can't stay. So now that we have our template is made, we're going to go over to campaigns. If you're a single agent, campaigns will work fine. If you're on a team, you're going to create a smart plan. So I'll do campaigns first, and then we'll switch over to smart plans. So I'm going to campaigns. And I'm going to click create a new campaign. You're going to do email. You're going to name it. Welcome email to new leads. I'm going to say attract buyers. Your goal does not affect how your email is sent or anything on the consumer side. That is all purpose for your goal tracking and reports in command. So if you're hung up on what to put for your goal, like it doesn't need to be super thought out. It's either whatever you feel it is or just click other. So just so you know the purpose of that. and I'm using command email. If you have a MailChimp account, you can use it there. I'm not sure exactly how templates roll over into that. I don't know anything about MailChimp other than it is not as nice as command email, and it's not free other than the basic stuff. So, so I'm using command email. So I'm going to click Setup Campaign. So you're just going to go through the configuration steps. So this is generating, or this is a general information, campaign name, it's an email. This is my email it's coming from, send to list. So you will have to create a list of people that you want to send this to. So the best way to do that would be making sure that your leads are tagged. So you could do Facebook lead, you could do whatever lead or just lead. Make sure you tag them. That way you can find them quickly. Because in here, when you're at creating the list, you don't have the full freedom to filter like you do in contacts. So make sure you're tagging them. So you're going to click create list. You're going to create list name. So I'm going to do leads. And I'm going to click on tags. You can search by name if you're that good and can remember them, or I thought I had I have ALC leads. That's what it was. So if you can remember them by name, kudos, but I just highly suggest you tag them. And even if you're using Facebook leads, Zillow leads, you know, market leader leads, whatever tag it is, it can be multiple tags. It doesn't have to be one specific tag, but when you tag them, it's just easier to filter. So I have chose the ALC lead tag. So you see all these people in here. So I'm going to just at the top, I'm going to hit select all, and then I'm going to hit confirm. So I have now created this list. So every time you now go into campaigns, this list will stay in here. So you don't have to recreate this list every time. So as you can see, I've made 2 other lists. So those will stay forever. So my leads list is in there. I want it to be from me with when they send a reply email, I want it to go here. And I believe you can change this in your marketing profile. No, I lied. In settings under command email, if you don't want it to be whatever email is here. So you're going to put your subject line. Realtor, whatever you want to put in there. That's probably not the best thing to say, but it's a little aggressive, but no, it's okay. So then I'm going to go down here to select design content for your email. So I'm going to click on this. So theoretically, you could have created that template within campaigns, but especially for teams, it's better to do it in design so you have access to it. So I'm going to click on, this is the one I just made. So I'm going to click on that. Even if you've already created it, it is going to open this. And now I'm wondering if it's going to let me finish this because of the thing, but we'll find out. So it's going to open the edit field no matter if you've already created it or not. So just so you're aware. So I'm just going to hit save and exit, and it's not going to let me do it. This little stinker. Options. I don't know what else. Let's see. It's probably going to kick me back out. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to pull up a draft one that I have. Sorry, this is so choppy. This stupid system. It's not stupid because it's designed to work that way, and I don't have all the proper credentialing, so it's yelling at me. So I take that back. It's not a stupid system. So you would finish that, and you would do your test email. I don't know if, here's a draft. So we'll get back into the screen we were. You would just hit save and exit because all of your information would be there. So now that that's good, this is not the same one, but you get the picture. So you can either schedule it. So you can schedule it to go out a specific date or time if you want to. You can do it up to 12 months from now. I don't know why you would want to do that for this particular, but for future, you know how to do that. So you can either pick it and hit schedule, or you can just hit send. So before I do that though, I want to show you what the test email looks like, because you would ideally be previewing that before you send it. So I'm going to come over here to my email, and this is what it looks like. It'll come from you. It'll say test email, test template, test email. Say that 5 times fast. And this is what it would look like. It is still not going to have the contact first name because it is not sending to a contact, if that makes sense. So don't be fooled by this. It's not going to look like that, but it will have all the live links on it. So I'm going to click on mine just to show you that's where it's going to go. Don't mind my crazy test video, but so that's what's going to happen when they click on it. But you would say, you know, hi, my name is so-and-so, and thank you so much for looking at one of my listings on Facebook. I wanted to introduce myself, yada, yada, yada. So then if you scroll down, if you want to check all your buttons, click on it, and it's going to go right to my contact us. So perfect. I'm going to go down to the bottom even more and choose download my app. It's going to go to the website. It's got my name on it. Perfect. So I know my buttons work, my video works, everything looks good. I'm confident in sending this. So now I'm going to go back to campaigns, and I'm going to hit send. And it's going to go this preview. This is the list and how many recipients are on that list. And then I'm going to hit send now. And it's now it's mailed. So this is what it will look like once you have mailed it. It'll have the name, the status, the date and time, and then you'll be able to see open views, clicks, and bounces. You'll be able to see that, but you won't be able to see who did that, just so you know, just to clarify. And then for teams, any questions on the email campaign before I switch to the team version?
I have a quick question. If someone were to unsubscribe from your email, does that you can't ever tell who those people are. Does it stop them from emailing them again the next time?
I believe so. I'm not 100%, I'll be honest. It does show up in their contact card, but it does not notify you if somebody does that.
Okay.
It's crappy, I know, but they're working on it. So that's one of the things that they're focusing on as well. In the updates is streamlining the reports so they're accurate numbers and accurate things. But as of right now, I'm not 100% if they unsubscribe that they will receive anything from you moving forward. So, okay. Any other questions on the campaigns before I switch it to a smart plan?
I have one other question, but you can probably switch it while I'm talking. Is there ever going to be a way to do an embedded video in command through email?
I'm not sure. That might be down the road. So I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to smart plans now. This is more for teams. And I'm just going to
I would think you'd be able to embed it if you put it like in your Google Drive and you embedded it from there. Because I've done that with my home buyer guide and stuff, and then added it to my website. So you could probably embed it that way.
So then they can just watch the video straight from the email then?
Yeah. You could try embed codes if you have them or have access to them, which YouTube does embed code.
There is an embed code on YouTube, but I've never gotten it to work.
Okay. So like on my website, I've gotten it to work, but I've never tried it on an email. So
I've tried it
something
on
you can play with though.
Okay. But Lisa, you're saying do something through Google Drive?
Mm-hmm. Scott Leroy has a video on embedding or getting the embedding from putting in a buyer guide.
Mm-hmm.
So you stick it into your Google Docs and then you get it from there. And if, just have, like she said before, you have the private or the, the link
Okay.
privacy tab.
Thank you. Thanks.
Nice. Thank you, Lisa. All right, so we're in Smart Plans. We're just going to click Create. Name it new lead welcome email, whatever you want to create it. Click Apply. So I am going to add send email. Oh, I'm just going to make it simple. So you're going to put your subject in. Your reply to email should be there by default. Again, that's in your settings under command email if you need to change that. So right here you have simple, which is just your text, plain Jane type of email, and then you have designs. So you're going to click on that and you're going to click select designs. And it pulls, it pulls up the KWR templates first. Just switch over to my design templates to pull up the ones you've already created. And you're just going to click on it. It says any edits made now will change the design in your library. So got it. And it's probably going to kick it out again. I'm going to click discard changes. Oh, it did it. Yay. Okay. So this is all you need to do. And then you just add your people and you're good to go. So you can just add it. And even if you wanted to take a step further for either single agent or on a team, you just have to have two steps of a smart plan in order to add a trigger. It might be one or two. Let me see if I make a, oh, it's just one. Okay. So now that I have, if you want to streamline this a little bit better, if you don't want to do it in campaigns, you could just add a trigger event and then it would automatically send to them via email. So what a trigger is, if you don't know, is it is a tag that you can use. Any tag that you add to this smart plan will, anytime you add that tag to a contact, a new contact, or any contact essentially, but you have to add it after this is active. So anybody that I tag as a lead with a contact tag will then be automatically added to the smart plan. So this would be a good way to streamline that process a little bit better. So I'm going to click add trigger event. So again, contact tags, you're going to select the tag. I think I have just a lead. Let me just type in lead.
So if we get a lead from a Facebook ad and when it comes in, I go in and I put tag Facebook ad, it would then trigger to automatically send this email?
Correct.
Awesome.
As long as you have the smart plan set up this way, yes. So I'm going to click choose trigger, confirm. So I've added my trigger of that tag. So now, like you said, Leah, anybody that comes in, you still have to tag them as a lead or whatever your tag is. But once you do that, it'll automatically add them to the smart plan. So I've got my email there. I've got that. So I'm going to click save. And then if you wanted to right now, go ahead and add people. If you had people already that you want to circle back to just to do this, you can. It's perfectly fine. You can do it either way. So you can click add contacts, choose your tag. So I'll just choose ALC leads, go through, you can hit select all and like go over. You can now add 500 people at a time to a smart plan. So, but it will let you, if you have more than 500 people here, it will let you keep clicking on them. Like it doesn't give you a hard stop once you've met your 500 people. So you just got to be mindful of that if you happen to have mass amounts of people that you want to add. So you'll hit select all, but that only selects that one of 20 here. So then you would hit next and then hit select all again. And as you can see, this number is going up. So once you've chosen the people you want to, you're going to hit add to smart plan. You can start it immediately. You can schedule the date you want it to go out, or you can stagger it. So you would be like 4 contacts per day. So 4 would go out today, 4 would go out tomorrow, and it would go in order of alphabetically, essentially, because that's how your contacts are set up. So you're going to hit confirm. It'll go through the overview, and then you'll hit confirm again, and then your smart plan would be live. So, so you can either do the trigger, and then anybody that you tag with that after you leave the smart plan would automatically enroll in that, or if you, there it is. I was like, where'd it go? Or if you want to just physically add them to the smart plan, you can do that as well. So you can add them right from here if you want to. You can add them from the contact card if you want to, or you can set up that trigger to do it for you. So
Rachel, if you go ahead and set up the trigger and they're getting this smart plan, what if you then wanted to add to the smart plan and be like, hey, I'm going to start sending them like a monthly thing. Can I add to the smart plan and it will automatically send to those people then, even the people that first got it, or will it start over?
If it is live, a live smart plan, meaning if you have contacts on it, you cannot add to it once it's made. However, you can add a trigger in, or not a trigger, a step into the smart plan for it to auto enroll them into monthly neighborhood nurtures if you want to. So if I've got my email, I've got my trigger, so I'm going to set a delay for like 2 weeks, just because that gives me time to reach out to them personally via text, phone, or another email if you want to. But this is like the initial hello, so they know you're a real person. Then maybe in a day or so, call them and say, hi, I hope, did you get my email, blah, blah. So, and then you could do a delay of however long you want, or you can just auto enroll them. Then click add smart plan. And then you can choose, it has to be a smart plan you already have in your library, like in your downloads, but you can choose them to go, I don't know. I've got a bunch of random ones. It doesn't really matter which one I use, but you can choose that, say that's my monthly neighborhood nurture or whatever. It will auto enroll them into the next smart plan for you.
Okay. But if I wanted to have like a personal, 12 touch thing, like once a month, I need to have all that content ahead of time and have it already loaded up for them to automatically sign up for to get those every month.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
So you can either build it all within that same smart plan if you want them to have a bunch of info, or you can keep it the simple one and then just have it auto enroll them into another smart plan. But yes, you do have to have that second smart plan built before you can add it to the first.
Okay.
Yeah. Because once one person goes active on that, then
you can't change it.
You can't change anything. Like you can do very minimal stuff to it.
Okay.
So, all right. Any questions or anything?
Nope. This was great. Thanks, Rachel.
Awesome. I hope you guys liked it. I have another class again on Friday at 2 o'clock, and I'm doing unique ways to reach out to your database. So this would be non-command related. I'm sure you can utilize some tools into command for this, but just to give it a different ideas to keep it fresh for you guys, especially right now. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. So, all right. I hope to see you guys on Friday, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.